Man, it has been a long ass time. Like, long ass time. Probably almost a year. Yeah, I guess. I guess almost a year. Anyway, I'm feeling absolutely insane. So I wanted to just do some shit and see if all my technology still works. Basically, I don't feel like I do feel like drawing. I feel like drawing a whole bunch. Um, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna read a sonnet and just do that. I don't know that I will do the Thursday night drawing anymore. I feel like it ran its course and people have long since forgotten about it, so it's fine. Um, yeah. So anyway, sonnet time. I don't know if I actually finished the fifth sonnet. I don't know if I uploaded the video for it. I feel like I recorded it. I found where I wrote the notes on it, but I cannot remember if I uploaded it. Whatever. Anyway, Sonnet 6, because everyone's insane right now, and I'm insane right now. I just figured, why not live stream it? I also probably haven't read any Shakespeare in about a year. Or really read anything, honestly. I've become illiterate. So, whew, jumping back in to Shakespeare and language and poetry, this is going to be just a wild fun time of like, do I still know how to read Shakespeare? We'll find out. Cool. Let not winter's ragged hand deface in thee thy summer ere thou be distilled. Make sweet some vial, treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure ere it be self-killed. That use is not forbidden usury, which happy's those that pay the willing loan. That's for thyself to breed another in thee. That's for thyself to breed another thee. Or 10 times happier, be it 10 for 1. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art, if 10 of thine 10 times refigured thee. Jesus, I'm sick of this one already. Then what could death do if thou shouldst depart, leaving thee living in posterity? Be not self-willed, for thou art much too fair to be death's conquest and make worms thine heir. Cool. That was really hard to read. My cat's trying to get in because it wouldn't be a live stream if she wasn't. Come in, cat. Say hello. Say hello to the people. Hello to the people. Would you like to go to your little bed, please? Go to your little bed. She's absolutely going to chew on the lights. 100% going to chew on the strand of lights there. We're reading a sonnet. We're not worrying about our freaking cats here. Okay. Initial reaction to that sonnet. I don't love it. Not my fave. There's a lot of tens in there. It makes me feel like I'm in math class. And I'm not doing so hot in said math class. So let's make it make sense line by line. Even though it's been a year, we know the drill, right? Line by line. Then let not winter's ragged hand deface. So we're talking again about age. We're always talking about age in these first 900 sonnets where Shakespeare just wants gorgeous people to procreate and make a lot of children. This is from the jump, no different. Let not winter's ragged hand deface. So let's not let old age and winter, the winter of life with its, I think of like Grim Reaper hands, basically, fuck something up. And that's the first F-bomb, I think. So don't let old age mess up. But what's it going to mess up? There's a comma, so it goes on to the next line. So let not winter's ragged hand deface in thee thy summer, ere thou be distilled. Let not winter's ragged hand deface in thee thy summer, ere thou be distilled. So we're talking about summer being, it's interesting it's summer. Is it summer? Because in thee thy summer, ere thou be distilled. So he could have picked summer instead of spring so that it matches the meter. So we have like that nice iambic pentameter. He might have picked it for that. Or it may be that summer is even more vital than spring, but it's before the fall. We're in the most ripeness of our life. So don't let the winter of old age mess up your prime time summer before you be distilled. Distilling, like making a nice whiskey, delicious. So make a whiskey of yourself. Turn yourself into a delicious beverage before the cold old age turns you into something old and useless and gross and not cute anymore. Okay, so how can we put this into real words here? In thee thy summer, ere thou be distilled. So don't let old age mess up your youthful vitality, your prime, how would you say, your prime of life? I guess you could just say that, but it kind of doesn't work. Like, I would never say that. It's your prime of life. I would never say that, but whatever. I'm not Shakespeare here. Your prime of life before, again, distilled. I don't really know how to change the word distilled into something other than that. It just, to distill something, to make something else with it. But in metaphorically, we're not talking about distilling. We're not talking about delicious beverages. We're talking about babies. So before your essence is transferred to another human being, before you are, like, what would you say? A parent? Before you are a parent. Sure, why not? Make sweet some vial, treasure thou some place. Make sweet some vial initially is vile to me. Initially, make sweet some vial sounds like put your seed into a uterus. I'm going to look this one up. I feel like, let's consult Arden first. Let's see if they have any thoughts. Yeah, okay. Arden says vial, a flask or container, symbolizing a womb. Yep, so that's exactly right. Let's consult Oxford. Let's see what Oxford has to say about it. Vial, flask or bottle for liquids, i.e. here, a womb. Yeah, okay. Well, that was sick. Way to go, Shakespeare, you filth monster. All right, make sweet some vial, knock up a person, treasure thou some place. And I'm going to keep reading through this line because there's no punctuation here. And if we stop here, it's not going to make sense. So I'm going to combine these two lines in this one. Make sweet some vial, treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure, ere it be self-killed. Okay. Knock somebody up. We can start there. Yep. Ooh, I don't think I realized double two-finger tap here works on Notability. Ooh. Habit I got into with Procreate. Ah, sick. Cool to know that it works here too. Treasure thou some place with... God, we've got treasure in here twice. Interesting. Treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure, ere it be self-killed. So, value some place, value somewhere. You should value somewhere where beauty's treasure. What is beauty's treasure? Ere it be self-killed. What is beauty? Okay, I'm going to consult again. Beauty's treasure. I feel like there's not going to be any good info here, but... Right, treasure and treasure. The young man is to enrich a woman by bestowing his beauty on her. His treasure is also due of female's beauty. That treasure could refer to semen. Great. Thanks, Shakespeare. Love that. All right, Oxford. Hit me with something better than semen. And they got nothing. So it's semen. Beauty's treasure, ere it be self-killed. Value somewhere with... God, beauty's treasure, that's really tripping me up. I don't even know. Because even if you replace it with seed or semen or something like that, it doesn't... Like, that's not beauty's treasure. That's seed. Like, that's it's potential, you know, but I don't know that I would say that's beauty's treasure. And ere it be self-killed. Are we thing in hand right now? You know, are we talking about pleasuring oneself here? Like, knock somebody up, stop playing with yourself kind of situation? I think we could be going that direction. Treasure thou someplace with beauty's treasure before... Okay. Value somewhere nice. Value a woman, I'm assuming. Value someone who can get pregnant before... You know what? It's not masturbation. Here's what it is. Self-kill. I mean, it is. Because if you think it's a dick joke and it's Shakespeare, it is. Assume that it is. People in Elizabethan and Jacobean England were like not highbrow like we think they were. They were people of the earth. Sex has always been hilarious. So if it's a sex joke, treat it as a sex joke. If you think it's there, it's probably there. So I think this line definitely is about... it's gross, but it's also... I think maybe this man that Shakespeare is trying to say, hey, you need to knock somebody up. You need to become a parent before your, like, resistance to parenthood, your resistance to... responsibility, maybe your whatever the reason for not already having children, you need to cut that shit out now and have children. So the self-killed thing here has, I think, a double meaning between masturbation and also being too concerned with what's going on in your own life and think more about the future. Okay, how can I put this into like 10 words? Go find somewhere where you can be... I mean, he's saying... Okay, here it is. The first part of the line that I've been ignoring, make sweet some vile. And then this punctuation here. He wasn't done there. He's not saying go knock someone up, period, move on, next thought. We need to read that, make sweet some vile, and then that pushes us into he's now going to explain what he means by make sweet some vile. So, go knock somebody up. Find someone who is suitable to be a parent with you before your arrogance kills you. Before your arrogance kills your line. Before you're too old to do this. So go knock somebody up. I think it's interesting that he uses place when he's talking about, like, it's gross because he's saying vile and place, but he's talking about a person. We're not going to get into that. Just know that it's there. And that Shakespeare is not to be worshipped. He was just a guy saying guy stuff. This guy was not unproblematic. Find someone who you like well enough, who was beauty's treasure. Find someone, I'm going to say just find someone you like before it's too late. And then I'm going to put a little asterisk here because it's dirty. I'm going to start just like anytime there's a sex joke, maybe I'll just draw a little aubergine. Right, that's our first, what you call it? Stanza? It's not a stanza. I always forget the term. I pretend I'm a Shakespeare scholar, but I don't know shit about this. Actually. That use is not forbidden usury. That use is not forbidden usury. That use is not forbidden usury. It's 10 syllables, but I think they want that use is not forbidden usury. That use that is not forbidden usury, which happies those that pay the willing loan. Okay. The first word that here is really confusing, but I think that is a pronoun. Shock. I'm going to get canceled because I said pronouns. That use, we're talking about, I think, the use of finding that sweet, sweet vial. That use is not forbidden. Like, you could do that. You could do what I said. You could take my advice that I just gave you. Forbidden usury. I'm going to look this up. Usury, it's like, I think that one is like, oh, what is the word? Like, loan sharking in a way. Let's see. Line 5. That way of causing treasures to increase is not the kind of usury, which is forbidden. So, yes. Okay. So he's saying that to try to get rich by taking, like, what's the word? Like, collecting interest to gain riches, basically. That's forbidden. You shouldn't do that. But this kind of richness, this kind of usury, like implanting your seed, giving that loan, basically, that's fine. So you can go knock somebody up. that's perfectly acceptable. Not forbidden. That use is not forbidden usury, which happies those that pay the willing loan. So it's not forbidden. It's not usury. You're not committing any crimes or falsehoods or anything if the person or vial that you are loaning out to, if it makes them happy too. Or we could expand it even further to say that everyone in the world is going to be made happier by this loan being given out because you're putting another beautiful soul out into the world or whatever. Some way, this child is going to make people happy. Therefore, it is not usury. Nobody's taking a loss here. Everyone's going to be happy. So I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to revise this. You could take my advice. That's not an entirely correct translation. I'm going to say it's not illegal. It's not bad. We're going to say it's not bad. It's not bad to gain richness, because richness is a guys, I don't have words. Again, this is why I'm not Shakespeare. It's why Shakespeare did all these poems and I didn't do them. Richness is a more generic term, which can be money, it can be happiness, it can be whatever, you can be rich. So it's not bad to gain richness if it pleases the people that willingly participate in creating that richness. And I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when, because I think this is a when statement rather than an if. When the people involved are happy about it. That's for thyself to breed another thee. That is, for thyself to breed another thee, or 10 times happier, be it 10 for 1. So this is where I started to just absolutely lose my mind with this. Initial read through, I think I kind of understood everything up to this point. And now I'm at the point where I really need to actually consult the Bible of sonetry. That's for thyself. Is he explaining that is? Like, if he's saying, hey, it's not bad to gain richness when people involved are happy. And I mean, when you make more of you. Or, or is that, like, what does that mean here? That, these pronouns, killing me. Are these pronouns? Is that a pronoun? I think that's a pronoun. Let's see. 10 for 1 is the next note in here. So I'm going to have to figure out all that. 10 for 1, though, it says, if he increases himself tenfold by begetting 10 children. Okay, that was pretty obvious. But I was thinking 10 for 1, like 10 at once. I don't think so. But at first I thought, Jesus, that's a lot of kids to have all at one time. But I think we're just saying 10 children, one parent, not all at the same time. Anyway, that is for thyself to breed another. I think he is explaining. So we're going to say that means, that you have a mini you. Or 10 times happier. We're up here with happies. 10 times happier if you have 10 children. Or 10 times happier if you have 10 little So that is the next, again, thing that I can't remember what the word is. I will think of it as soon as I get off stream. I always forget this word. If somebody knows the word, tell me what it is. The 4 lines. It's like not a stanza. It's a fucking separate word. Whatever. That use is not forbidden usury. No. That use is not forbidden usury, which happies those that pay the willing loan. That's for thyself to breed another thee, or 10 times happier, be it 10 for 1. It's not bad to gain richness when the people involved are happy. I mean that you have a mini you, or they'll be 10 times happier if you have 10 of the little fuckers. Cool. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art. If 10 of thine 10 times refigured thee, then what could death do if thou shouldst depart, leaving thee living in posterity? Jesus, we've got more math here. Okay. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art. So we've got 10 little kids running around. He's got his beautiful vial. Everyone's happy because he's making babies, because he's passing his beauty on to the next generation. The crowd goes wild. It's great. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art. I think he's saying that every kid that he has with his beautiful vial, those kids are all going to be happy because they're making other people happy, because they're beautiful kids, because they're alive. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art. I'm going to consult. I'm going to see if there's any notes in here about that. Because, I don't... It's a weird line. It is a strange line, IMO. If 10 children of yours reflected your image 10 times over. That's not even the right line. So I think all 10 of your kids are going to be happier than you are. Let's go with that. We'll go with it. And if we have to amend it further on, we'll amend it. Oh. All 10 of your crotch goblins will be happier than you are. If 10 of thine 10 times refigured thee. So all 10 of your crotch goblins are going to be happier than you are if all 10 of them look just like you. So we don't have to amend anything. It makes sense. We just have to read past the comma at the end of the line sometimes and make that line make sense in context. If all of your kids are as pretty as you. I don't know that it's weird. The comma's weird. This is a weird sonnet. It's fine. Shakespeare's allowed to do weird stuff. Jesus, he does a lot of weird stuff. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art, if 10 of thine 10 times refigured thee. Then what could death do if thou shouldst depart? If you've had 10 children, they're all as beautiful as you are, and you die, who cares? Because there's 10 more of you. The next one will just slot in. Okay, it's not that much of a nothing matters. But it is saying that if you have 10 beautiful children and you, oh no, what's happened? I've gone away. Can I come back? Am I back? I'm back now, I think. So if you have 10 children and they're all as beautiful as you, then when you die, there's no beauty lost. So, when you die, there is no... Actually, let's wait. I'm going to change that just really quick. Then when you die, what will happen? Leaving thee living in posterity. So when you die, what will happen is that you continue living through your children. You're now immortal because you've had 10 children and they're all beautiful like you are. Ah, sweet. Then what could death do if thou shouldst depart, leaving thee living in posterity? How to reword this? Then what could death do to you? Then how can you die if your image lives on in your children? Let's go with that. I'll change both of those lines. Then, how can you die if you live on in your too many kids? That is our final section of 4 lines. Now we have our couplet here at the end. We're almost done with this weird sonnet. Be not self-willed, for thou art much too fair to be death's conquest and make worms thine heir. So, self-willed. Again, we've got self-killed up here, and now we've got self-willed. I think that's interesting. I think that's a good choice of words. Well done, Shakespeare. I'll forgive you calling a person with a womb a vile for that. I'll forgive it because you've rhymed self-killed and self-willed. Good job. Be not self-willed. Don't worry about yourself so much because you are too hot for death to come and kill you, and then the only things that you're going to leave behind are worms. So worry less. I'm going to say don't worry about yourself. Or not don't worry about yourself, but don't be focused on yourself. Don't be focused on yourself, yeah. I'll go with that. Don't be focused on yourself because you're too hot to die and only leave worms behind. Okay, we've done it. We have interpreted. We have interpreted the sonnet. Now I'm going to read it again, but I'm just going to read my words and see if it makes sense. So, don't let old age mess up your prime of life before you're a parent. Knock someone up. Find someone you like before it's too late. And it's not bad to gain richness when the people involved are happy. I mean that you have to have a mini you. Or you could be 10 times happier if you have 10 of the little fuckers. And all 10 of your crotch goblins will be happier than you if all your kids are as pretty as you. Then how can you die if you live on in your too many kids? So don't be so focused on yourself because you're too hot to die and leave only worms behind. Okay. I feel like I have implored somebody to stop masturbating and start having sex with a live person. Cool. Now in Shakespeare's words, you know, the words that are respected and thought to be just the best words. Let's tell someone to stop masturbating. Here we go. Then let not winter's ragged hand deface in thee thy summer, ere thou be distilled. Make sweet some vial, treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure, ere it be self-killed. That use is not forbidden usury, which happies those that pay the willing loan. That's for thyself to breed another thee, or 10 times happier, be it 10 and 1. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art, if 10 of thine 10 times refigured thee. Then what could death do if thou shouldst depart, leaving thee living in posterity? Be not self-willed, for thou art much too fair to be death's conquest, and make worms thine heir. Cool. We did it. Sonnet number 6. Done. And I'm rethinking actually this piece. I don't think anymore after that reading that that here is to be emphasized. I think this is a standard iambic pentameter line, actually. That use is not forbidden usury. I think I was wrong at first. I think I'm right now. One more read through. We'll see how I feel about it. Then let not winter's ragged hands deface in thee thy summer, ere thou be distilled. Make sweet some vial, treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure, ere it be self-killed. That use is not forbidden usury, which happies those that pay the willing loan. That's for thyself to breed another thee, or 10 times happier, be it 10 for 1. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art, if 10 of thine 10 times refiguring thee. Then what could death do if thou shouldst depart, leaving thee living in posterity? Be not self-willed, for thou art much too fair to be death's conquest, and make worms thine heir. Yes. Okay. I'm feeling it now. I still don't like it. It's a tongue twister. It's a little bit extra, but I guess that's Shakespeare for you. What's the word that I'm thinking of where you have a set of 4 lines? I'm gonna Google it. Set of 4 lines in a sonnet. It is called quatrain. Oh, God. I knew it had like the word for 4 in it. But this is what happens when you take a year off. You forget everything you knew. But it came back quick. At my first read through, I went, "Aw, shit." Like, I don't know what any of that was. That was word salad. I'm about to be embarrassed. I'm about to show my negligence. I'm about to show my idiocy, and I don't know shit about this. I'm about to out myself as a fraud. But it came back pretty quick. So that's fun. Maybe I'll do more lives. This was fun. But I also want to get back into doing like just the regular videos too. But doing it live was fun. It was way faster Because this is one of the reasons I stopped making the videos, because it just takes so long to do it. Like, it would take me an hour of filming of the actual breakdown of the thing, and then it would take me like 3 hours to edit it. Well, this is done in a half hour, so maybe I'll just do it live from now on. I don't know. Yeah. Came back quick. I'm excited to do some more of these. Eventually we'll work our way through all of Shakespeare's sonnets. Hopefully, very soon I'll get through all these procreation sonnets, and I won't have to read about Elizabethan masturbators anymore. That'll be a great day for me and for you. Yeah. Sonnet 6. Let me know your thoughts about Sonnet 6. Did you like all the tens? Did that speak something to you to have all that spitting? Do you feel good about those tis, those plosives in there? Did you love also self-killed and self-willed? Let me know your favorite part of Sonnet 6. And as always, let me know if you absolutely hate me and wish that I would die in a fire, because that's what social media is all about. Yeah, I will probably pick up and you know what? Let's just commit to it. Maybe should I just do it now? No, I'm not going to do it now. That would be wild. I'm not feeling that wild. I'm hot and I need to not be hot anymore. So yeah, I'll come back and do some more live sonetry if you think that's a good idea. I think it's a great idea, because otherwise I'm not gonna probably do it. I'll be honest with myself. Doing it live is easier than doing it the other way. So that's it. I had fun. I hope you have fun just with this little half-hour sesh. Maybe what I'll do is I'll chop this up and put it into just really quick. Like, maybe I'll try to make a 5-minute video with it or something. We'll see. Okay.